We are live. I'm just setting up on TikTok. Sorry for the sounds in the background. I think there's like a storm warning. Hello. I am live on YouTube and on TikTok. I've been going live on TikTok Monday through Friday. Hello. Hello, Naquisha. What's up? Hello, Maria. How's everyone doing today? I'm live on 2 platforms, okay? TikTok and YouTube. This is very exciting. I've never done both at the same time. Hello. So let me just get set up here. If you guys have questions regarding anything manifestation, law of assumption, drop them below. I would love to help you. Hello from Romania. Watch you for a long time. Amazing. Hello, Gabriella. Very happy to have you here. Hello. Thank you for the likes. Hello. Like and share this live, guys, and then it can reach more people. Maria, if you have a question, just drop them below. Anyone that's joining, just drop your questions below. Boo, my cat is here. See, he's here to join us. What a cutie. Okay, get your paws off the laptop. Okay. Hold on. Boo's here, guys. He likes to lay on my laptop sometimes. Okay, be careful. All right, guys, so I'm going to be going back and forth. My biggest issue is I know my power when manifesting, and my SP is viewing him differently. Okay, so, and this is very common, guys. If you, let's say, have a lot of history with your SP, here, I'll stand here. If you have a lot of history with your SP, or you guys have just been through things together and you're just like, Hannah, I've been seeing him in this way for so many years now. Like, how am I supposed to change the way that I see my SP if he's been this way for so long? So again, I'm always going to say persistence, but what you guys can do is do my Ho'oponopono prayer practice that I have for you guys. I obviously didn't invent the Ho'oponopono prayer, but I have a video on it, and it's under my nervous system regulation tab, and I would stick to doing this for at least a week along with your robotic affirming, because what this is going to do is if you do the prayer towards your SP and yourself, I teach you how to do it in the video, okay? It's completely free, but you're going to not only start to release your resentments, your grudges, your anger towards them, any emotional attachments that you have towards them, you're going to start to release them, okay? And start to change and be able to see him differently or see them differently, and then tell yourself a new story about how you want them to show up. And then you'll be able to stick to that new version of your SP or that new story, right? And it's going to make your robotic affirming practices a lot easier because you're seeing them in a new way and you no longer have as much emotional attachment to them. Okay, so start there. Commit yourself to doing the Ho'oponopono prayer at least for a week or longer, how much ever you need to do it, on top of your robotic affirming. Now, if you guys haven't joined yet, I have my free 3-day How to Manifest Anything with Robotic Affirming challenge. Okay, and there's a bonus video as well in there of like how to even manifest multiple things at once. But I would literally get it now because it's free and you'll get results fast. You're going to see other people getting results. And so that's going to build your belief and confidence. I teach you how to stay consistent with it, right? How to not waver so you can get what you want. So I would literally join that now. If you're watching on YouTube, it's in the description below. If you're watching from TikTok, it's in the link in my bio. And let me know if that landed, Maria, or anyone here on TikTok. Okay, I'm just going through TikTok messages. Hello, everybody joining. I used thought transmission for 1 year. Just saw my SP changed. Good. Oh, whoops. If you guys have questions, just drop them below. Okay, I want to manifest height change. When I affirm I'm 6 foot 1 inch, I feel fake. Okay, you guys. It's okay if you're affirming something new that you've never manifested before or that seems crazy and you feel fake. Like, whatever. Don't get in your head about like whether, I just feel like I'm bullshitting myself. You guys, most people in this world that you see who are successful literally just acted as if. They literally woke up every day telling themselves a new story, acted as if, and started going and doing the things that the version of them that wanted what they wanted was already, and they started doing the things that, was that new version of them. So even if, who cares if you guys feel fake at first while you're starting to create a new reality for yourself? That part doesn't really matter. Continue to persist regardless. Okay, because at the end of the day, in order for you to create a new reality anyways, you're going to have to think different, right? You can't think like most people in the world. Most people in the world probably don't have what you want, right? They're not living like to their fullest potential. If you want to live with your fullest potential, at first you're going to fake it till you make it. You know what I mean? So, and if you look up, there are literally millions of different success stories of people who've gotten what they wanted, manifest what they wanted, who went from completely living a different life to now living the life of their dreams. They will tell you, I faked it till I made it. And that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. It's not like you have to go out and tell people, I'm a billionaire, and then you're still working a 9 to 5 and in a dumpy home, and like that doesn't make sense. Okay, you don't need to tell people what you're manifesting. Just commit to what you want and persist in the new story. Okay. Hello. If you guys are watching this, I'm on TikTok and I'm on YouTube. If you have any questions regarding manifestation and law of assumption, please drop them below. I would love to help you. I will definitely be joining. Good. Yeah, and I would join like right away because it's not going to be free forever, so you might as well join. Do I need to rewire limiting beliefs to manifest in SP? So you guys, when you do robotic affirming, that you're rewiring your beliefs. You're creating new neural pathways when you start telling yourself a new story. You're creating new neural pathways when you start affirming new thoughts. Because all affirmations are thoughts, right? And so anytime you're doing something new, you're creating new neural pathways. You're rewiring your brain, right? It doesn't even matter what the habit is. You're still rewiring your beliefs. So yeah. Hello. Hello, Abby. Hello, Kat. So if you want to manifest like a specific person, for example, then what you're going to do is you're going to create affirmations about what you want the end result to be. Hello, Kanisha. Hello, Lucy. You're going to create affirmations regarding what you want the end result to be, right? And then you're going to stick to and persist in telling yourself those new affirmations on a regular basis. And you really want to saturate your mind as much as possible. And I cover this in the free 3-day mini video series, How to Manifest Anything Using Robotic Affirming. And Jordan, Maria, Taro, everyone, hello. I would join that right now because it's not going to be free forever. And you might as well get it because you're going to learn new things. You're going to manifest what you want, and you're going to see other people manifesting what they want. So it's only going to build your belief and your confidence in your power and your ability to manifest. Hello. Thank you. I'm on TikTok right now, live streaming, and YouTube. So I'm just going back and forth, guys. Good. If you have questions, just drop them below. I'd love to help you. Hello, Turbo fans. I don't know what your real name is, but I know you comment on my stuff a lot. Thank you for the support. He's right here. Here. So everyone asking for Boo, he's right next to me. He's usually right next to me. Especially if I'm talking to other people, because, you know. He's so cute. He needs to be a part of everything. Hey, Alexandra. Let me read these comments. 1 second. I love the mermaid. Thank you. I actually painted that. I painted both of these. So most of the art you guys see on my walls, that's my artwork. What to do when it all feels overwhelming. Nervous system regulation, and asking yourself, what is the most fun thing that I can do right now? Because when you feel overwhelmed or anxious, it's because of your thoughts. So you need to redirect your focus into, okay, well, what's the most fun and exciting thing that I can do right now to feel better? Because that will automatically redirect your thoughts. Because you'll start being more in the moment and enjoying your life. And when you're happy, right, when you're enjoying yourself, it's a lot easier to redirect your thoughts and continue to persist in the new story and continue to persist with your new affirmations, right? And then another thing is that is in and of itself is a form of a nervous system regulation, right? So, and another thing could be like other forms of nervous system regulation. So EFT tapping, which guys, I'm making more EFT tapping videos. I already made them. They're going to be posted soon. So I'm excited. So you could start tapping when you're feeling overwhelmed or anxious, or when you find yourself spiraling or experiencing doubt about your manifestation, so on and so forth. You could do the Ho'oponopono prayer. I know someone on here has been actively doing the Ho'oponopono prayer for their SP, and they're like, I feel amazing, Hannah. I am loving the Ho'oponopono prayer, and they're getting movement with their SP. So Ho'oponopono does many things. It helps with manifestation and even helps with nervous system regulation. So there's lots of ways to regulate your nervous system when you're feeling overwhelmed. And most of the time, guys, you know the answer. It's just, it is nice to hear that extra like push sometimes. And you just also gotta like get used to parenting yourself and doing the things that you know you need to do to get results, and staying consistent with that, and telling yourself, I am a consistent person. I am a committed person. That's just who I am. I always get what I want. So of course I'm going to continue to persist. Of course I'm going to continue to stay consistent, because I know if I do, then I will get what I want. But you're not going to get what you want if you don't stay consistent. And consistent doesn't mean that like your consistency means you're just doing something more often than not. So if you miss a day or two because you're feeling off, that's okay. Just get back on the bandwagon. That's not you not being consistent. You just had an off day. Whatever, let it go. Get back into what you were doing. Yeah, so just like what I said, I struggle to be consistent. I want to focus on desires at a time, but I jump from one desire to another like a trampoline. How do I stop doing this? So if you do, that's why I would start with the free 3-day mini video series challenge. Okay, how to manifest anything using robotic affirming. I created this for you guys. It's completely free. I not only help you create a routine to stick to, and then how to focus as well and be consistent with it, but I also have a bonus video on how to manifest multiple things at once as well. So I would get that because I cover all of this too in there, and it's not going to be free forever. So I would grab it now. If you're watching this on my YouTube live, go to my description. It's down there, like the third or fourth one down. And if you guys are watching this on TikTok, it's going to be in my stand store. The prayer is the Ho'oponopono prayer. It's a Hawaiian prayer. The prayer itself is, I'm sorry, please forgive me, I thank you, I love you. Hello, when do you know when to stop affirming? When you get the thing that you want over and over and over again. That's why I say, guys, like, you know when to stop affirming when you manifest what you want. But you want to continue to affirm. You may not have to do it as much, but you want to continue to affirm once you manifest that thing over and over and over again, because you want to experience the manifestation so much that it is a dominant assumption or a dominant belief. That way, you don't self-sabotage and push it away if you have limiting beliefs or thoughts that come up, right? So if you have limiting beliefs or like thoughts that come up, if you've manifested something so much, it's not even relevant. You don't even give it focus, right? You're just like, whatever, it was just a thought. You're not dwelling in the thought. You're just like, whatever. Like, this is not even true, right? So you want to continue to do that, because what will happen sometimes is people will manifest what they want and they will only experience it like once or twice. And then they stop doing the affirming and they go back into their old patterns, right, of negative thoughts, dwelling in the negative, telling themselves the opposite of what they want to experience, right? And then they end up pushing the manifestation away. A perfect example is an SP. Hannah, I manifested my SP, but then I lost them again. How do I get them back and keep them? By continuing to do the practices, so much so that you manifested it so much it doesn't become like another thought. But even in that, like, for example, if you manifest an SP, let's say you guys are in a committed relationship, and then a weird belief, random belief or fear comes up and you didn't realize it was there, then you just want to be aware of what that fear is and then just flip it and do the affirming, right? Like you normally would. So the thing is, with like living life, we're always going to want more things. We may always have like negative thoughts appear, but it just matters of what you do with it. Right? So it's not like you have to go out of your way to do all of this affirming and it's just so hard. You just do it in your head. It's not hard. Do it in your head. Do it out loud when you're alone and driving in the car or something. You know what I mean? So it's like, throughout your life, there's going to be things that pop up and you just get to change the story. But it gets easier and easier and easier the more that you do it. How long does it take to regulate your nervous system? Well, you'll know when you, based upon how you feel. Everyone's going to be different. If you feel calmer, more at peace, you don't feel so anxiously attached to, when is my manifestation going to come? Where is it? Why is this happening in my 3D? Like, you'll feel it. You'll feel relaxed and at peace. Is it normal to not feel ready for your desire? Like, it's not urgent for SP to align as you want. Yeah, if you don't feel ready, but you do want to feel ready, you can start affirming, it is safe for me to have my desire. It is safe for me to have my desire, because there's a part of you that probably feels afraid or scared of experiencing that manifestation, right? So you want to start affirming to yourself, it is safe for me to have this desire. But if you really just don't want it right now, there's no urgency, then that's totally fine. What I would still be doing is like focus on the main things that you want right now, like just self-concept, money, let's say, for example, and then you kind of trickle in a little bit of like SP affirmations. That way, when you are ready, when SP does come in, you have a healthy sense of beliefs about yourself, beliefs about relationships, men, women, what you deserve in relationships, so on and so forth. Please like and share the live too, then we can reach more people. I'm going back and forth between TikTok and YouTube right now. Okay, so thank you for sharing. So I'm going to answer this one on YouTube because a lot of people bring this up. Does sometimes things appear way worse before the manifestation materializes from your experience? Yes, and at the same time, it doesn't have to be that way. The reason why this happens a lot is because society, the collective, a lot of us have a belief that it has to get worse before it gets better, or we have to go through tests to see if we are worthy and deserving of this desire, or we have to make sacrifices first, or we have to go through obstacles and struggle to prove to the universe that we can have this thing. And honestly, if you put it that way, it sounds so stupid, right? Like, there is no man in the clouds dictating that we have to go through struggle, pain, and sacrifice for us to get our desire. It's so silly. So when you put it in that context, you want to start affirming to yourself along with what you're manifesting. My life always gets better and better and better. Okay? And or something along the lines of, I only ever manifest the experiences that I want, or I only ever manifest what I want to experience. That way that it eliminates a lot of struggle, pain, sacrifice, all of that. Okay? So that pretty much sums it up. So it does not have to get worse. You don't have to go through a purge. You don't have to go through struggle or sacrifice in order to manifest your desires. You are worthy right now just because you exist. Hello, everybody joining. Thank you for sharing the live. I appreciate it. I'm on TikTok and I'm on YouTube right now, live streaming. So I'm going back and forth between the two. And Boo's here. My kitty. Here, I'll show you guys Boo again. He's so cute. Oh. Give him a little hug. Okay. Wait, let me go through TikTok messages real quick. I feel like I need to regulate my nervous system today. I'm waiting for my lunch break to do AFT. Good. You can even start, like, guys, if you're at work and you can't, like, go and regulate your nervous system, start doing deep breathing. You will feel so much better, even if you just set a timer, if you can, at work for like 2 minutes. Just doing deep breathing. You'll feel 100 times better. Because sometimes that's just it, is we forget to breathe, right? I know sometimes when I'm feeling really tense in my neck and shoulders, it's because I'm not breathing deep enough. I'm like, my breaths are very, very short. And I'm like, oh, I just need to take a minute to breathe. Let's do that right now. Everyone, let's do a deep breath right now. Okay. I had a fearful thought and dwelled in it for a day. I spoke to a therapist and she helped. Yeah, this is why I say, guys, you need to start practicing more of just looking at your thoughts. Okay, imagine you're on a bench, right? You're sitting at a park bench and you see a person walking past you, and then another person, and then another person. Those people are just thoughts, okay? You don't have to pick up on every thought that you think and then dwell in it. I've gotten so good at just seeing a negative thought and then canceling it. I'll literally just say cancel, cancel, cancel. That's one way to clear a fear thought or a limiting belief in your mind. Cancel it and then redirect your focus and go do something else. Okay, I'm getting through comments. So and if you guys ever feel a little uncomfortable while you're manifesting, that's also okay too. Because you're developing new patterns, you're developing new habits, new thoughts. It may feel a little weird at first, but don't see that as a bad thing. Just see that, oh, like I'm growing. Cool, I'm growing. I'm learning new things. I'm creating new neural pathways. I'm getting what I want. Fuck yeah. I'm affirming so much of the same thing, I'm getting bored of it. That's okay. What you can do is rampage. If you ever get bored of your affirmations, keep doing the affirmations, but then within those affirmations, rampage. So I'll do that sometimes when I'm driving, or I have like my self-talk rampages that I've created for you guys that you can listen to. Those are super fun. I love rampages. You're just listening to yourself basically rampage on about this new reality that is real and true for you, right? So I have those bundles as well that you can listen to, but basically you just, whatever you're affirming, start rampaging on about why this is just your new reality, why it's real, right? Why it's true. And then even if you get bored, like, that's okay. That means like what you're doing is working. It's really being solidified in your brain because you're doing it so much and you're saturating your brain. So while you're affirming, go do something that's fun, that you enjoy doing. Like when I affirm, I set a timer right in the morning and then I just get ready in the morning. Like I don't just sit there and affirm to myself. That's boring for me. So I make it fun and I just go on with my day and do things. People always come into my life and stay. I love your videos. Thank you. Good. Oh, remember? Oh, yeah. You're doing good, baby cakes. Remember yesterday we made a commitment, guys. Alexandra, baby cakes, and then I think a couple other people. I don't know if they're on here. Remember, you guys committed to not speaking against your manifestation and practicing living in the end. So if you're going to comment below and you made the commitment to yourself for 1 week, not speaking negative, not speaking against your desires, if you're about to say something negative, put the positive, put the opposite in the comments below. So you can really discipline yourself in continuing to persist in the new story. Because the more that you're saturating your mind in the new story, in the new thought processes, the faster you're going to be able to manifest your desires. Hello guys, if you're just hopping on, I'm live streaming between YouTube and TikTok. Thank you for liking the live. How do you recover from a triggered state from a comment that made you spiral in doubt? It's been 2 weeks since comments was made and I need help recovering. Why are you making the comment such a big deal? The comment is irrelevant. It doesn't matter. It means literally nothing about you. You guys want to practice like telling yourself a different story. Like if people are just reflecting back to you your dominant assumptions, you can just, and you're the one creating your reality, you can just change the meaning. Oh, wow, this person was having a bad day. whatever, change your focus and start telling yourself something else. And you can even make a list of all the reasons why you're amazing, why you're the prize, why you're incredible. Okay, if they said something about your personal character, do the opposite and make a list of all the reasons why you love yourself and why you are that bitch or that dude. So because if you guys think about it this way, has anyone ever said something to you and you're just like, okay, and you laughed it off and it wasn't a big deal? It's because you didn't believe it. It was completely irrelevant. It didn't make any sense. So the way that you do the same thing with things that actually do trigger you is by working on your character development, right? Your self-concept. So if they say something about your character, make a list of reasons of why you love who you are. So it's just an opportunity to look at, like, what beliefs do I have about my self-concept? And if I did have a very healthy self-concept, what would I believe about myself? And then turn that into an affirmation for you to start robotic affirming. Today I had to fight so many negative thoughts and feelings and pushing through it. Good. That's what matters, because the more you guys continue to persist in being disciplined and like releasing the negative thoughts, I release you. You can even say that, I release you, or cancel, 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 cancel. Right? Sometimes when I like crime shows, but then I'll randomly like get these weird like thoughts or images in my mind, because the crime shows, I probably shouldn't be watching them that much, but I can't help it sometimes. And then I'll just be like, cancel, I release you, bye. And then I don't think about it anymore, and then I totally forgot what I was even thinking about 2 seconds ago. So, hello, Elio. Okay, if you guys have questions, just drop them below. And then Turbo Fans, I still don't know your name. Oh, Albert. Okay, I'll answer your question in 1 sec. I love this. Okay. Good comments. All right. So, Albert asked, can you give a personal example of when an appearance got worse for you? So, this hasn't happened to me in a long time, just because I just believe my life gets better and better and better. And it has ever since really persisting, committing to robotic affirming. But the most like pivotal moment for me when this started happening, when my life started getting better and better and better, is my car accident that I had last year. So I had always practiced law of assumption, or not law of assumption. I had always like practiced manifestation. And for years, like since 2017, and for years I have been manifesting, but I was doing different practices, right? And because I was doing different practices and I wasn't persisting long enough, like I would manifest what I would want, but then I would like stop doing the practices because I was like, oh, I got what I wanted. Like I'm fine now. I'm going to do other things, focus on other stuff. Right. And I wasn't persisting. So I would manifest what I want, but then something bad would happen. So my life felt like a roller coaster. And I was like, there's got to be a reason why this keeps happening. There's got to be a way for me to continue to have my life get better and better and better. Like, I don't believe that my life has to feel or be a roller coaster. That's just a belief or a story. So then I realized, oh, it's because I wasn't persisting and because I was doing way too many manifestation practices, and it really doesn't need to be that way. It could just be simple. You could literally use one manifestation practice for anything and everything. And when I discovered robotic affirming, I was like, oh my God, this just seems so simple, but everyone's getting all these results. But it can't be that simple, like, so my mind, my ego was trying to tell me, like, nah, like, it's never that easy, right? And then I was like, no, I cancel you. I'm not going to listen to you. I'm going to do the robotic affirming. And then I persisted in it and I continue to do it. And I have it's been over a year now. I've been very consistent and disciplined with it. And my life started getting better and better and better. But right when I started doing the robotic affirming, I got in a car accident. And the only reason why that happened is because I was experiencing my old self in the 3D in that current moment because of who I was being more often than not, right? And we live on Earth, so sometimes there's a lag time. So all of the stuff from who I was being from the past, I was just experiencing it in that moment. And I had literally just started doing the robotic affirming. So it's like, I didn't go and be like, blame it on manifestation or robotic affirming doesn't work. That was not my first thought. It was, oh, this makes sense why this happened because of who I was being for a long time with my mindset. But then I was like, because I just started the robotic affirming, I was like, I don't care that this happened. Like, my life is still going to get better and better and better and better. And I just committed to that. And literally ever since that, it was actually a huge blessing. My life continued to get better and better and better. Guys, I shit you not. Maybe I should say this. I have, since that date, I have literally gotten paychecks from my insurance company, $3,000 a month, every single month for the last year. Every single month for the last year, on top of the money that I make from both of my businesses. Because I kept persisting in, my life is always getting better. And I was actually doing affirmations for money as well. So I was saying things like money always comes back to me 100-fold. I was saying things like I get paid to exist. And literally, I got paid to exist. I've been getting paid to exist. And it's not only like my life hasn't just gotten better, like as far as like that financially and stuff like that, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, like my body, goals, everything. My businesses are performing extremely well, like better than they ever had in my life. And it just keeps getting better and better. So yeah, but now when I want to manifest something, I just know that it's going to happen. And I don't think of like, oh, it's going to get worse first, because that's not going to happen. And even if something does happen in the 3D that feels like unfavorable, I don't even give it my focus. I just continue to tell myself the new story. So yeah, again, you don't need to go through a purge, guys, before you manifest. That's literally a collective belief that you've taken on and you made it true in your mind. So let it go. Garen, what's up? I love Garen. Everyone go follow Garen. He's great. Okay, let me go through these comments, guys. So I'm live streaming on YouTube and TikTok. So let me go through my TikTok comments real quick. I'm going to use that cancel, yes. How many times a day do I affirm for each affirmation? So it's not like a certain amount of times where, oh, I have to say this affirmation 100 times a day, 3 times a day. It's about how often are you saturating your mind? Are you thinking as the version of you who has what you want more often than not? Right? Or are you thinking as the version of you who doesn't have what you want more often than not? So I go over this in the 3-day mini video series challenge as well, of creating a routine to stick to for your robotic affirming, and then how many times a day to do it. So really what you can do is you take each affirmation and robotic affirm it for 5 minutes and just set a timer. That's what I do. Or some people like to take all of their affirmations and affirm it for 10 minutes, either out loud or in your head. But sometimes people like to do it out loud because it helps them focus better. And I say do it morning, midday, and at nighttime because you're really saturating your mind throughout the day. And then you're also reminding yourself throughout the day, right? Like sometimes when you like do it in the morning, you get busy and then you forget to do your affirmations or to think from the new version of you. That's why I say do it in midday, because that like reminds you. Set a timer in your phone, set like reminders in your phone to do these things. And then throughout your day, you're just catching your thoughts, right? What are you thinking more often than not? And you'll see that your reality is reflecting what you've been thinking more often than not. So just ask yourself, well, what does my reality look like? Oh, that makes sense why this is happening, because I kept thinking about it. Hello, Charlotte. Des, do you believe in birds before land? So, if anyone doesn't know what birds before land is, BBL, I remember in the law of assumption community, people would say BBL, and I'm like, Brazilian butt lift? Like, what are y'all talking about? You sound weird. Like, what does this mean? And from my understanding, BBL is like you're going to experience little bits and pieces of the desire, or like signs of your desire that it's happening up until the full blown things happen. And yeah, in my mind, I'm like, of course that's going to happen, because the more you tell yourself a new thought over and over and over and over and over, your brain has this mechanism called the reticular activating system. So it can only start to perceive and see the things that you are dominantly telling it. So yeah, you're going to start seeing a movement because that's what you're focused on, whether you call it birds before land or not. But I never use that term. I don't know. So I don't use all the terms that people talk about in the law of assumption community. So even like Neville Goddard, people would call it vain affirming. And for the longest time, I'm like, what is vain affirming? I'm like, oh, they're talking about robotic affirming. There's so many different names for things. I just teach what I know. Okay, let me go. Okay, now I'm going to look at my comments really quick on YouTube. So hold on. This is gold, exactly what people need. Good. Thank you for that. You showed me instead of just telling me about it. Yes. How should I robotically affirm for getting into a specific college as a transfer student? Decisions are coming out any time from now till June. Start affirming that you already got like into your perfect college. So what college do you want to be in? And start affirming to yourself. Like let's say it's Princeton. I don't know. That's the first college that came to mind. Like it could be something along the lines of I got into my dream college, Princeton, or my dream college was eager to enroll me as a student because like I'm their favorite student, right? You could even say things, I'm everyone's favorite person. I am this college's favorite student. Of course they wanted to enroll me. So something along the lines of like whatever affirmation that insinuates that you got into the college and that it was a no-brainer for them to enroll you as a student. They were chasing you down to get you into their college, not the other way around, right? Because you're the best of the best. So something along the lines of that. And then if you want to go even deeper of how to create a routine to stick to, regardless if you believe in your affirmations, regardless how you feel, so you can actually persist too and like be consistent with it so you can get results. If you have trouble like persisting and sticking to affirming, join the free 3-day mini video series challenge that I created on how to manifest anything with Robotic Affirming. It will change your life. You will love it. There's already, guys, I can't believe it. I'm so happy. I can't believe it, but like, I'm so thankful for you guys, but I almost have 80 signups now in that, and it's been not even like 3 days. So thank you for joining. But there are a ton of people in it. You're going to see other people winning. You're going to be winning and getting results. So it's only going to build your confidence too. And it's free right now. And there's a bonus video too on how to manifest multiple things at once. And it's not going to be free forever. So I would join it right now. I'm sold. Thank you. Love the way you teach. Thank you. I try to make things as simple and easy to understand because I really cannot freaking stand woo-woo language. Like, I don't talk vibrations and frequencies in the multiverse. Like, what are you talking about? Make it simple for my brain to understand, please. You're pissing me off. That's how I feel. Like, I hate when people talk. Okay, so I listen to audio in my sleep. Is this effective enough? I do feel better during the day. Yeah, if you guys believe in what you're doing and it's working for you, continue to do it. These are the two main things that I teach. Robotic affirming, nervous system regulation. Okay, that's would be third actually. Nervous system regulation, and then listening to audio at nighttime, and then self-talk rampages. If you get bored with robotic affirming, or if you just want to spice things up throughout the day, self-talk rampage, right? Now, the thing is, though, if you're starting to feel better, that's good. Keep listening to audio at nighttime. Keep listening to those affirmation sleep tracks or subliminals, whatever you're listening to. But also, like, that's why I say it's a no-brainer to robotic affirm anyways, because affirmations are just thoughts. You're already thinking thoughts anyways. So you might as well robotic affirm on top of the audio, because it's only going to speed up the process, because you're really saturating your mind in the new state, in the new version of you who has what they want more often than not. And the more that you do that, the faster your desire will manifest. So that's what happens a lot is like people, the number one reason why people don't get what they want is because they're wavering back and forth. I have what I want. I don't have what I want. I have what I want. I don't have what I want. And that's because they're not saturating their brain enough. And then they're not regulating their nervous system when like the triggers arise, right? And then going back to the practices. So regardless, even if you're doing audio, I still would at least add in affirmations or like a self-talk rampage, because, and then just checking in when you're with yourself when you're having negative thoughts, and continue to persist in your new affirmations or in your new story that you're telling yourself. Okay, another great question is, how do I have faith and belief? It's hard to believe while saying affirmation. Again, guys, you do not have to believe in your affirmations for them to manifest. Just PS, I'm on TikTok, live streaming, and YouTube if you're just hopping on. That's why I'm looking like this, okay? So you do not have to believe in your affirmations for them to manifest. Belief comes later on, okay, after you've manifested the thing. We have been taught backwards. You have to believe in your affirmations for them to manifest. No, you don't. Most of the time when people are manifesting something new they've never experienced before, no, they're not going to believe it at first. Most of the time when I've manifested things, I don't believe what I'm saying. I just keep saying it. So first, in order for something to become a belief, it first is an idea, right? And then it becomes a thought, and then you keep persisting in the same thought, right? Or affirming, essentially. And because you keep thinking and affirming the same thought over and over and over again, it eventually manifests. And then if you continue to persist in it, you'll continue to manifest the same experience over and over and over and over and over and over and over. Then it becomes a dominant belief, a dominant assumption. Does that make sense? So the belief comes later on. So that's why I say you don't have to believe in your affirmations for them to come true. Okay, let me go through my TikTok comments. How do I affirm for people staying in my life that I only like? You could say things like, my favorite people stay in my life forever. People that I like stay in my life forever. Do you feel sleeping with recorded affirmations is beneficial? Yes. Kind of similar to what I was talking about a minute ago. I know I'm just getting to these comments. But that's why, guys, I've literally created audio bundles that come with affirmation sleep tracks and then self-talk rampages that you can listen to every single day. Because if you tie that in with your robotic affirming, you're going to be on fire. You're going to be manifesting stuff up the wazoo 24/7, right? You're only going to speed up the process because you're going to really be saturating your mind in the new state or the new identity. Okay, Garen. After you speak a manifestation, how should your actions follow? So naturally, when you start doing robotic affirming, and if you're consistent in the robotic affirming, you'll naturally start to get images in your mind, right, of what's possible for you, of what you're creating. So visualizing is a natural byproduct. You'll start feeling better, and then you'll naturally start getting, like, you could call them downloads, but you'll get like little hits of inspiration of, ooh, I should go do this thing, right? Or, ooh, I want to, go to this local shop, even though I've never been there. Or maybe if you were, I know you don't have a job, obviously, but this is, you have your business. But for example, like, let's say you work a job and you don't want to go, or you normally go like the same route every single day, but then you just get this like little nudge, like, oh, maybe I should go this route instead. And then you end up going to like a new coffee shop, and then you talk to um, the person at the coffee shop, and they're like, yeah, we're hiring like UGC creators or TikTok shop creators, and we need more people. And then that was like the thing that you're manifesting. And you're like, oh my God, I got new brand deals because I decided to go to this place, right? You followed that nudge. So naturally, you'll get like little nudges of where you need to be, what you need to do, that will take you to the places and spaces that you need to be to help you receive what you want. Or in other words, in Neville Goddard, in his Law of Assumption books, he calls it the bridge of incidences, right? Where it's like you're on this path and you're going to be routed to do different things. That's going to lead you to the overall desire. Hello, Gunny. I feel like I got stuck on manifesting signs rather than the actual thing. How can I change that? Okay, guys. So remember, at the end of the day, signs are whatever you make them. Since you're the operant power, you're the creator, you're the one who's assigning meaning to every experience that you have. So if you say 222, that's a sign. My SP's thinking of me, then that's going to be a sign because you keep telling yourself that and you believe it. Or 888's a sign. 444, angel numbers are a sign for me. Or, oh, I just saw, like, if you're manifesting like a new career, oh, I just saw a billboard of the job that I want. That's a sign. You know what I mean? Like, so you get to decide whatever a sign is. So instead of looking for the signs, determine the signs. Okay, that's a sign. This is a sign. That's a sign. The reason why you want to determine your own signs is because it puts you back in the driver's seat rather than being in the passenger seat and letting life take the reign. Like, you're here to take the reign, right? So you're the one in charge. So you make the commands, you make the decisions of what is a sign, what is not a sign. So leverage that power and start making everything a sign, so that builds your belief and confidence. And that's basically you creating the evidence that what you're doing is working, right? Because if you just decide that there's always movement happening in your 3D, that all of the manifestation practices that you use work, and that there is always evidence of this being true, that you always get what you want, that you always manifest what you want, that there's always movement, then you will manifest your desires a lot faster, because you keep telling yourself, "Oh, that's a sign, like everything is unfolding for me so quickly," right? So you, instead of looking for the signs, make the signs. So that's how you get unstuck with that. I'm affirming while listening to this. Cool. Good. Okay, I got a lot of comments, so if I miss one, don't take offense, because I got comments on here and YouTube. All right. Do you plan to make longer videos on YouTube in the future? Like a mix of instructions and the science behind it. Your teaching style is very digestible, and I love to see longer videos. Maybe. I think I would do longer videos in the sense of I would be sharing my live videos, so those would be very long. Hey, Martha. Hey, Linda. It really just depends. Like, if I keep seeing something over and over and over again and you guys ask me about it, I'm gonna make a video on it. Like, one of my longer videos, I think, is around 17 minutes. It's about how to change your self-concept in 4 simple steps. I think that's my longer one, but honestly, for me and my style, I like shorter and to the point. Like, I really can't stand when people drag on their videos. I'm like, get to the point. Give me the steps, get to the point so I can go do it. That's how I am, so that's my personality. So I don't see myself making super long videos. If you want to manifest height or any kind of physical change, how would you affirm specifically, generally, or in some other way? So I would choose one affirmation that's general, that covers everything. This goes for manifesting anything too, by the way, guys. Choose one affirmation that's general and covers everything, and then choose 2 that are more specific. So you're saturating your mind with like the general one, because the general one is going to kind of start assuming and creating other beliefs as well naturally as you're doing this, and it's going to touch on other things subconsciously, and you're going to start seeing more results too, and then you're going to do something 2 more that are more specific. So that's why I'd say for each desire that you're manifesting, I would just stick to 3 affirmations, 2 to 3 even. Some people just do 1, and that's totally fine. Because you don't want to overload yourself with too many affirmations either, because what can happen, I know yesterday someone commented, "Hannah, I have 30 affirmations." I was like, 30 affirmations? Hell no, I would never. That is a lot. So, and people do that because they think that, number one, oh, well, what if I start manifesting this thing and then I'm not like covering all of the points that I want to experience, right? And another thing is they do that is because they have like new thoughts that pop up in their mind, and then they're like, oh, I should turn that into an affirmation too, just in case, right? Just know that everything that you do to manifest is enough. Like, you can even make that that into an affirmation. Like, everything that I want and affirm for is enough and manifests in the most perfect, fast, and easy way. That right there is a great affirmation. Everything that I want, everything that I want and affirm for is enough and manifests in the most perfect, fast, and easy way. Or everything that I do to manifest is enough and manifests in the most perfect, fast, and easy way. Something along the lines of that. So, yeah. And then persisting in that. That also will cut out you being inconsistent. Okay, because here's the thing. Sometimes if people have too much to affirm, or in general, if you're doing too much, you're going to eventually burn out and you're not going to want to do the thing. You're going to be inconsistent. And that's where the roller coaster happens in your life, where good things happen, then bad things, and then you love manifestation, and then you're getting triggered and you're all over the place and you're wavering, right? So just keep it simple and persist. Oops. I hate when you're trying to manifest your SP and then you come across a video saying if he wanted to, he would kind of stuff. Yeah, just ignore those videos, guys. On TikTok, if I'm ever on TikTok or YouTube and I see a video that's in opposition of what I want to manifest and experience, I just click not interested. Do that, because if you fall for the clickbait and you watch those videos, you're going to get into a state of mind that you don't want to be in. And it's going to cause you to waver, and you don't want to waver. You want to persist, right? So anything that's in opposition of what you don't want to experience, ignore it. This way you got to be disciplined on social media too. Just like those, what is it? Red pill, blue pill videos, the war against like men and women. Fuck that. I'm ignoring that too. Like, there is such thing as healthy women. There is such thing as healthy men in the world. Good men and good women, good people. Like, you can manifest that. So you got to stop looking at content like that. So I'm glad you brought that up, Martha. How to feel motivated during manifesting, because sometimes I procrastinate, thinking I'll do it later. Guys, you don't need motivation. You just need commitment. I don't always feel motivated. I just do it because it's just a part of who I am now. So you want to start believing that. This is just who I am. I'm a committed, consistent person. Before I became a gym rat and like fell in love with the gym, I literally saw myself as someone who was lazy and hated the gym and didn't like working out and was inconsistent and never committed to things. And I just decided I need to stop telling myself that I don't commit or I'm not consistent, because I am and I can be for the things that I want. So again, it's like, you're always making a decision, guys. You either want what you want or you don't. And you're going to waver and you're going to go back into your old patterns, and then you're not going to get what you want. So do you really want what you want or do you not? So, and another thing that you can do is go watch success stories on TikTok and YouTube. There's millions of success stories of people manifesting what they want. And that will help with motivation as well. And you can even affirm to yourself, I'm always motivated to manifest. I am always motivated to robotic affirm because I know it works, because I know it helps me get what I want. And if I don't do this, then I'm just going to fall back probably into like my old thoughts and patterns and blah, blah, blah. And then I'm not going to get what I want. And I don't want to do that. I'm going to persist and I'm going to get what I want because I always do. Period. Love your hair. Thank you. I'm the same way. I just want the point made. Yeah. You can manifest in multiple areas at once. So here's the thing, guys. What I would do is how many different areas can I manifest at once? You can manifest as many as you want. And at the same time, what I would do is stick to first, if you have an area of your life that you really, 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 really badly want right now, Like, let's say money is one of them, because you really need to get your financial shit together. Like, that's probably going to be priority, right? Then you want to focus on at least doing that for, like, I would give yourself maybe a week or two. It doesn't really have to take that long. Like, manifestation can be fast. But if you have like a lot of resistance, then I would start with focusing on one area for maybe like a week or two, and then adding in the multiple areas. So maybe things that you either feel like it's easier for you to manifest, adding those in, or is more normal for you, or you have less resistance around. So start with the things that feel harder for you, and then add in the like easier things. But at the same time, that may be different though for SP manifestation. The reason why I say this, because what you would want to start if you really want to manifest an SP is like if you're constantly feeling anxious about not being with your SP, why haven't I manifested them yet? I've been doing all the things, and you're obsessing over that. You would want to start with your self-concept first, because there are beliefs somewhere within your self-concept about relationships, about men, about women, about yourself, right? So there's a lot going on there. Hold on. Better not end my life. I was trying to end my life. So there's a lot going on there in your self-concept that you would want to start shifting first, because then if you go and manifest an SP, it's going to be a hell of a lot easier, because you have all of these very positive beliefs and assumptions about what you're worthy and deserving of. You believe that you're the prize, that you always get princess treatment. You believe you're always chosen. Men are loyal to you. They're committed to you. They always treat you right. They always pursue you and go out of your way for you, because duh, why wouldn't they? You are the prize. You are the main character, right? They're trying to win you over. They're manifesting you, not the other way around. Thank you so much. I got the point. Good. Yeah, sometimes, guys, if you ask me a question, I will add more into it, because I know there may be more things that other people then I'm like basically combating other people's questions. Or clarifying. Friendly reminder to play the Mega Millions ticket tonight. Elio, one of the guys in our community, he's helping manifest money, millions, for another girl here. Okay. I'm so glad you go live on YouTube as well. I take a lot of breaks from TikTok. I love watching your lives. Awesome. I'm glad you're here. Yeah, this is my first time going live on YouTube as well, on top of TikTok, and I like this. So I'm probably going to do this more often. But the only thing is, there's going to be a point where I do want to actually bring people on the live and coach them. But like if I were to do it on TikTok, you can't see that on YouTube. So I don't know how that would work. I may have to just end the live, or you guys might have to just listen to it. I wonder if I could do this. I don't know. If you guys have any tips on that, let me know. Oh, let me do this. Actually, I do this. So then any new people that come on, they know I'm talking to both. I was waving at the TikTok people. It's funny. Okay. Hello, Ange. Okay, let me go through other comments I might have missed. Makes me wonder if just affirmations alone are enough. Yeah. That's why I say, guys, you could literally just use one manifestation technique and it will work. But I personally like using affirmations and robotic affirming, and listening to audio. Because sometimes I don't want to always just robotic affirm the same things. So I'll just listen to the audio. It does the same thing. The whole point is that you're saturating your mind regardless. Leaving work, I stopped for a guy crossing the street, and the guy was wearing a cap with my SP's company and the company he works for. Super random. Not random. You're manifesting it. It's a sign. Remember, if you make it a sign. What else does your 3-day robotic affirming 3 days in a bonus video include? If you're curious about it, I would join it ASAP because it's not going to be free forever. So I teach you guys in my free 3-day mini video series challenge how to manifest anything using robotic affirming, regardless of how you feel, regardless of what you believe. There's a challenge within that to help you get results. So you also have community within there. So other people are cheering each other on, right? You're seeing each other's wins. And I'm giving you a routine, how to stick to your robotic affirming routine, how to stay consistent. I even share my story of how robotic affirming changed my life and made my life better and better and better versus when I was trying to do all these other manifestation techniques. My cat's being so cute. And then I have a bonus video of how to manifest multiple things at once too. So there's a lot there that I cover. It's just a matter of doing it and persisting, and you'll get results. And it's completely free. So if you're watching this from YouTube, look at the description. It's in there. And then if you want it on TikTok, it's in the link in my bio. But Lucy, I think you already did join. I thought you did. Yeah, join it right now, guys. It's literally free right now. It's not going to be free forever. So at least you'll have it. And then again, if you opt into it, make sure that you add me as a contact to your email because otherwise it's always going to go to the promotion folder. So anytime you sign up for stuff, I don't know why, it always will go to the promotion folder or your junk mail or spam mail. So just make sure you're checking that folder. And then it'll be sent to you every 24 hours, every new video. So depending on the time that you join, it'll be a new video will be sent to you every 24 hours. So just keep that in mind. Hello, Ange. Hello, Grace. Hey, I've been doing good, but the last 2 days I've been feeling off, like giving up. Okay, usually when people say this, it's because something happened in your 3D that you didn't like. It was unfavorable, and now you feel triggered, so you want to do nervous system regulation. And then on top of that, what you guys can do is to help you with your belief and your confidence and what you're manifesting is literally like binge success story videos. Whatever you're trying to manifest, type that in. SP success story videos, law of assumption, robotic affirming, or whatever, and start binging those because there's literally millions and millions of stories out there of people manifesting their desires, even things that seem like so insane and unfathomable, they still manifested it. So this is what I did when I was still building my belief with law of assumption, robotic affirming, and manifesting in general, is just going and binging videos on it to help really see all the proof out there. And then doing it yourself, right? Persisting no matter what. Because at the end of the day, you're always making a decision. And that decision is what creates your experience. So you're either choosing the reality that you want or you're choosing the old reality. So either way, if you do give up, well, guess what? You're just not going to get what you want, and then you'll go back to your old self. And is that what you really want? Probably not. So just make a decision now that you always get what you want, because that's who you are. It's in your DNA. You're a master manifester. You always manifest what you want and affirm for in the most perfect, fast, and easy way, because that is just who you are. You need to have this like unfuckwithable confidence in yourself. And that comes through persistence, right? So it may feel uncomfortable at first or weird or not like second nature, but eventually it will feel comfortable and it will be natural, normal, and effortless and like second nature for you to continue to persist and get what you want, because eventually you're always going to get what you want because your mindset is very strong, right? And confident and resilient. Thank you so much for the gifts. Oh, so many. I appreciate it. So you're going to get what you want. You just need to know that and then continue to persist and then do the nervous system regulation and the things that you know that help you feel better. Or even just doing something as simple as like going and doing fun things that make you feel great about yourself. Maybe go book like a nail appointment, get your toes done. Go to the gym, go walk outside, like go shopping, even if you're just window shopping. Like if you're trying to manifest money, but you're just like still working on your abundance mindset, you know, just do something else then, or do the window shopping like I just said, or whatever it is that you're manifesting. Like go do the things that make you feel better, because once you feel better, then you can go back to the robotic affirming and it'll feel easier for you because you're in a better feeling state. So yes, I'm not saying, this is why, like I do say, guys, that you can still manifest what you want regardless of how you feel. But if you keep getting triggered, this is why you still want to do nervous system regulation, so you do feel better, so you do make better decisions, so you do make conscious decisions. So yes, sometimes feeling does matter, especially if you're constantly feeling on edge or anxious or frustrated. So you do want to do the NSR. You do want to go do the things that make you happy and then get back into your practices. And everything that I just said applies to you as well, Kim. Or is it Kim, Kimia? Sorry if I butchered your name. I don't even worry about my SP anymore. We're already together. Yep, even if like that is not actually your reality right now, what you could do, Kim, is literally say what Ange just said. We're already together. We're in the most perfect, loving, committed relationship. So I ain't even tripping right now. Like, whatever. Of course he wants me and only me. I'm the best and only option. Oh, okay. See, guys, though, here's the thing. You said, yeah, it was a college bar and he was talking to her. Sometimes you guys are making stories in your head and you're like inflating those stories into a whole story that's probably not even true. So you just need to be aware of, what story am I making this mean? Oh, that means they're like flirting and talking and liking each other. You can change the story and you could literally tell yourself, yeah, he was talking to her. She went up to him and asked, I don't know, whatever story you want. She said, oh, I like you. Can I have your number? And he rejected her and said, sorry, like I have someone else. I like somebody else. Maybe that was their conversation. Maybe it was something completely different. Maybe this girl literally has a boyfriend and she was just saying hello because maybe they're on the same like athletic team or they work together. So she was just being polite, right? Like make it into a story that you guys actually want to hear. Hello, Alice. Just so you guys know, if you're just hopping on, I'm on TikTok Live and YouTube Live. And I'm getting through as many comments as I can. So change the story, guys, that you actually want to experience and stick to the story. And the only way that the new story can't manifest is, again, if you don't persist and you keep wavering. Excuse me. If you want him to chase you, just start saying that. Men always chase and pursue me. I barely have to lift a finger around men because they're always providing and chasing and pursuing me. And I actually believe this, and that's what I experienced. So I don't even I literally feel like I believe like I just have to exist in a man's life and that is enough. And he's still going to go out of his way for me, and they do. Like as women, like we just have to exist, and men want to provide for us, spoil us, do everything for us, and love us. Because we naturally are the givers of life. Like the divine feminine within us naturally creates life. Like we are the ultimate gift to this planet, so duh. They're going to worship us. That's just how I think. But then that's what I experienced. So start taking that belief on. Those beliefs. Start affirming that. I'm always worshipped and valued by men. Hello, Jason. Good. I keep assuming we're together. Good. Keep assuming then. You guys, like, continue to persist on it until it happens. I guarantee if you make a commitment to yourself right now, I will commit to doing this until it manifests. If you commit right now, type in the comments, I commit. I commit to persisting no matter what. No matter what. You make that commitment to yourself right now and you persist, you will get the result that you want, and then you'll be like, holy shit, thank you, self, right? Your future self is going to thank you later that you persisted. And then you're going to start manifesting all of these other things because you're like, oh my God, this works. Like all I had to do was persist. This was the aha moment for me, guys. I realized that the only reason why my life felt like a roller coaster when I was manifesting, or why I didn't get certain things, which is not even true because I've always manifested what I wanted anyway. But in the moments where it felt like it took longer, it's because I wasn't persisting, and that was it. And when it finally clicked in my brain, oh, I just needed to persist no matter what. I always get and got what I wanted. So that's what all you guys need to do. I commit to persisting no matter what, said Maria. Good. I commit to persisting no matter what. Good. I commit to persisting no matter what. Yay! Everyone's saying it. Yay! Let's go. And then, like not even a week from now, some of you guys are going to be popping off with your success stories. I already know it. I know it for a fact. I commit to persisting no matter what. Yes. Okay, now let me read some YouTube comments. Okay. Can I ask a question related to manifestation? Yeah, anytime. Anyone who has a question, just drop it below, and then I'm going to do my best to get to all of them. But I'm getting a lot between both, so bear with me. But I go live Monday through Friday anyway, so eventually I'll answer yours. I am unable to manifest height increase in my mid-20s. Being a girl, what should I do? Well, first of all, stop saying that. Why are you saying I'm unable to? Okay, this is also what I mean by the committing to, guys. I know I said this later, and you probably wrote this a while ago. But you need to commit to not speaking, or you need to commit to not speaking against your desires. You don't want to speak against what you're trying to create. It doesn't make sense for you to say, I want to manifest, or it doesn't make sense if you want to manifest height change, but then you're saying I'm unable to. that keeps being your experience because you keep saying that. So continue to affirm what you want and persist in that. And again, until you get the result. And then also not even like, if it's like height change, also doing a self-concept work around loving who you are right now. And if you're practicing loving who you are right now, that doesn't mean that you can't manifest height change as well. You can do both. But you want to love yourself in this moment and moving forward no matter what, regardless of how you do or don't look. Because naturally what's going to happen is if you're constantly telling yourself, oh my gosh, I love you, you're amazing, you're beautiful, you're doing so great, I'm so proud of you, your body is going to start reflecting how you think and feel about yourself more often than not. This is why I've listened to success stories about women who literally lost hundreds of pounds and are now living in their dream body by literally just doing mirror work and telling themselves every single day how much they love themselves. And they would look at their bodies, like the parts of themselves that they didn't like in that moment, right? The least amount. And they would tell themselves, I love you so much, belly, or I love you so much, legs. You look so good. You look so perfect. And they completely change the way that they look by just doing that. So again, your body is just going to reflect how you feel and think about yourself. And I like being short. I think it's cute. So maybe it's also looking into that. Like, why would you want to be taller anyways as a woman? Like, what would you... I mean, you don't have... I don't want to limit you either and put my own beliefs on you. So if that's what you want, then just decide that. But I would also do the practices where you're showing and sharing love to yourself on a daily basis. And do not speak against yourself. That's a big one. Don't say mean things to yourself. I would commit to this for at least 1 week and start seeing the changes that you're going to experience, because you will, and then you're going to want to keep doing it. You keep doing it. But the only reason why you guys don't get results is because you keep wavering and you're not persisting. So guys, I'm live streaming on TikTok too. So if I'm not getting to your question yet, it's just because I'm getting a lot of questions and I'm going to probably do my best to answer most of them. I may not answer all of them though, because a lot of the things that I say, guys, combat your questions. So I just saw a video where the person was saying you can't increase height by just writing affirmations repeatedly. Why? If you guys believe, whatever you guys are taking on as true will be true and real for you. So if something doesn't resonate with you, then fuck that. Just ignore it. It was just reflecting back to you your assumptions then. So it's like, the more that you keep affirming to yourself the same thought, it is going to manifest. And you also don't need a million different manifestation techniques to manifest different things. You could just use one manifestation technique and just stick to that to manifesting anything. It's going to work. It works if you believe it works. It works if you work it. Just like how people talk about how, oh, you need to build your business this way and that way. And it's like, there's millions of ways to build your business. And it worked for that person because that's how they built their business. And it worked for them. So now they're turning it into a course or coaching or whatever. So if people are sharing certain things, it's because they're sharing through their perspective and what they've experienced. I mean, if you guys want to increase height, yeah, there is the surgical route, but you also don't have to do that. You can literally change and manifest anything through your affirmations and persisting in the new affirmations. And I would literally look up right now, again, guys, if you're having trouble believing these things, again, you don't have to believe. Belief comes later. But if you want to have more confidence with what you're trying to manifest, go and binge success stories right now. If you're trying to manifest height change, type in law of assumption, height change success stories, or something like that. So you're flooding your brain with what's possible for you and what you can do. Okay. Okay, let me look at TikTok now because I'm getting a lot of message here. Thank you, Anne, so much for all the gifts. Sometimes I worry if I won't maintain my desire when it comes. Any advice on that? Yeah, so earlier I was saying that's why you guys want to start ingraining in your self-concept that you are the type of person who is committed, who is consistent, who persists, because that's what helps you get what you want. You always get what you want because you're just a committed and consistent person. And usually if you guys feel like you can't maintain your desires too, it's that you feel like you're not a committal person, you don't stick to things. So change that story. And then also you probably have a belief that people come but they don't stay, or things come but they don't stay. Like a non-physical entity or being could be like money comes but it never stays long. So you just need to start creating in your self-concept that the things that you want come into your life and they're here to stay for good. You can even just affirm that. I always maintain my desires. Keep it simple. Hey guys, we're just hopping on. I am jumping between TikTok and YouTube. I'm live streaming on both. And I didn't realize it was 1 o'clock already. I'll have to get off soon because I have to do some UGC client work. Okay, I'm looking at YouTube now real quick. Hey Sonali. Glad you're here. Hi Hannah. How can I manifest my SP back? He's been in a loving relationship for 1.9 years and has unfollowed me from whatever that is. And we're in NC. No contact. I can't ignore the 3D and I can't feel feelings while manifesting. Yeah, you can't. It's okay, whatever you guys are feeling while you're manifesting. You could still manifest what you want regardless of how you feel. So, like I was saying, number one, you want to start integrating into your self-concept that you always experience consistent and healthy love. The men that you manifest in your life are here to stay, right? They want to be with you forever. And what you can do is you can just change the story. Like, how do you know they're in a loving relationship? Maybe their relationship has been falling apart for literally years and they're not good for each other. So literally start affirming that story. And that's not me saying that you should wish bad things upon people. Okay. This is me saying to change your assumptions, because there's even this girl that I follow and she looked like she had the most perfect relationship. I'm like, the most dreamy relationship. And then I just noticed they're not together anymore. And then she's making all this content about like men not stressing you out. And I'm like, wow, I'm like surprised because they seem like they were in a perfect relationship. Again, those are just assumptions. People put things online all the time. That doesn't mean it's real. So you're just making an assumption. So you can just start assuming that they decided that they weren't meant for each other, okay, that they're better off friends, and that they both moved on. She moved on and found the love of her life and moved across the world, okay, and your ex or your SP was totally fine with that because he has always been in love with you. Guys, there are people who are in relationships with people right now that still think about their exes, that still want their exes. So, not saying I want you to manifest that, obviously, but like, just because a person is in a relationship doesn't mean they're happy in that relationship. Sometimes people just settle because they don't want to be alone, which is really sad. And I hope you don't do that. Don't do that. Don't ever do that. But you know what I mean? So change the story of what you want to experience and then persist in that story. One sec, I keep getting messages. Lots of people are signing up for the free 3-day mini video series challenge on how to manifest anything with robotic affirming, regardless of how you feel and regardless if you believe in it or not. If you guys haven't joined, it's free right now. It won't be free forever. You might as well get it now and start manifesting some magical shit like the other 80 people or so in it now. Oh. Sorry. Someone's calling me. Okay. Honestly, keep bringing more and more regular content on height manifestation. That's not like no offense, guys, but I'm not excited about talking about height manifestation. I'm not going to make a bunch of content on how to manifest height change or whatever. But I will say this, everything that I teach you guys, you can apply it to anything that you want. Robotic affirming, listening to audio, meditations, Ho'oponopono prayer, EFT tapping, all of these things can help you manifest anything. It does not matter what it is. That's why I have a lot of content that isn't specific to one thing because you could literally use it for anything. So no, I'm not going to make a bunch of content on height manifestation. Sorry, but that sounds so freaking boring to me. Love you, but no. Like I said, though, the content that I make will literally apply to anything. I also haven't manifested height change myself because I like my height, and so I never felt the need or desire to change it. So I would specifically go look for a creator that does that then. But again, everything that I teach, you could apply it to that or anything. Okay, Alice, you keep asking the same things. I'm telling you the answers. Here's the thing, guys. Some of you guys will keep asking the same question in a different way, and you're going to get the same answer from me. I give you the answers, but you're not going to get results if you just keep digesting content and keep watching me or other creators and not doing the work. You need to go do the things to help you get what you want. Just watching me all day or watching other creators is not yeah, it's going to help you some, but then in between, you need to go do the things. How do you know it's a loving? Oh, yeah. Do you ever get into any mystical, esoteric ways to manifest? Yeah, so I think in a sense, well, okay, so I used to do a lot of I wouldn't say these are necessarily manifestation techniques, but I would do I have many certifications in theta healing, subconscious reprogramming, past life regression. I used to do those for clients. I used to do oracle readings and psychic readings and all that woo-woo stuff. And then I just kind of realized instead of telling people really what they want to hear, they already know the answer. You guys already know what you need to do. You just need to do it. And a lot of people will go to psychics and tarot readers or healers, and they will expect the healer to heal them or to save them, or they will like expect the psychic to predict their future. And it's like, you can predict your own future. You can heal yourself. Like, you don't need me to do that. But so, not saying that, like, obviously I like to teach you guys, but that's why I teach you guys these things, so you can then go do it yourself and get results. Because you're going to feel way better if you go do these things and get results. So no, I don't really use any mystical or esoteric ways anymore. I used to do a lot of channeling too. There is this guy called Thoth. He's an Egyptian god. I don't know if you guys ever heard of him, but I used to do a lot of channeling with him. So yeah, I used to do a lot of that stuff, but now I don't really care to anymore. And because we're always evolving too, so my interests change over time. And then also, what was it? What was I going to say? Oh yeah, telepathy, you could say. But then again, like robotic affirming, like sending telepathic messages is literally the same as you robotic affirming in your mind to a person. You're calling me now. You're calling me now. You're calling me now. That's the same thing. So you could call it mystical or esoteric, but it's really just you creating what you want to experience. Can you show us a typical morning of robotic affirmations of yourself? That's a good question. So yeah, so what I do is I get up. I'll post on TikTok because I already have like content that's already made. I'll post it. And then I'll set my timer and then I'll start cleaning my house. Set my timer and I'll start affirming. I make over $1,000 a day in passive income. I make over $1,000 a day in passive income. I make over $1,000 a day in passive income. And then I'll go on do that for 5 minutes, and then I'll do another affirmation. I'm constantly getting new high-paying clients because I'm the best UGC creator there is. I'm the best manifestation coach there is. And I'll keep affirming that for 5 minutes, and then I'll go on to the next affirmation. As I'm literally getting ready, taking care of Boo, he has a very specific routine, just like me. And if I don't do the routine, he lets me know. Right, Boo? My cat. My cat's right here if you guys don't know, but he's very spoiled. So as I'm like literally getting ready, taking care of Boo, doing all those things, I'm literally robotic affirming. So I don't sit in a dark room and robotic affirm, guys. I don't sit down and close my eyes and affirm. I know some people say to do that. I know Sammy Ingram is big on that, but I don't do that, and I don't feel like I need to do that. I don't try to feel my affirmations, no, because what happens is as you're affirming, you will naturally start to get images in your mind of what you're affirming, of what's real, true, and possible for you, and then you'll start to feel better and better and better about what you're affirming. So the feeling and the images, the visualizations in your mind that pop up is a byproduct of you affirming. So that'll come after. So that's why, like, you don't have to sit there and try to force yourself to feel better. Yes. Okay, guys. I'll be right back. I really have to pee because I've been drinking this. 1 second. Can you guys see his face? Kitty stealing the show. How cute. That's funny. Oh, maybe people on TikTok couldn't see, but I guess Boo was in the video while I was gone. He's like, where did my mom go? Now he's sitting over there. Okay. Actually, guys, I think I will stay on for 2 hours today. It's 1 minute 45. I don't think I've ever done like a full 2 hours. Maybe once. So we'll keep it going. I'm loving this chat anyway. Let me go through messages too. I might have missed something. Leave the assumptions of others alone. If they don't serve you, it's up to you to accept or reject a belief. Yes. I don't think it's a good idea to do it in desperate state of mind. You'll only manifest a lack of what you're asking for. Yeah, guys, so desperate state of mind would just basically mean like you're constantly thinking in opposition of what you want, and then you're checking the 3D. Where is it? When is it going to happen? Why is it not happening? You're questioning it. Will this happen? That's wavering. Another form of wavering. Oh yeah, I got an avocado from the cute girl today. Okay, so guys, this is kind of funny, but there's someone on here that follows me, and he said he accidentally like listened to I think it was my bundle that I have where Manifest Commitment Princess Treatment from your SP or something like that, right? And he accidentally listened to it or whatever, and then I guess this girl has been coming to his work and giving him avocados and giving him stuff, so I thought that was funny. So he's getting princess treatment from other girls. Okay. I think I got all the questions. Okay. Your thoughts on robotic affirming? Well, that's what I teach. That's my main thing. So, like, for example, right now, I have my free 3-day mini video series challenge on how to manifest anything using robotic affirming, regardless of how you feel and regardless if you believe in your affirmations or not. And it's free right now, but it won't always be. So I would literally run to join that. And if you're on YouTube, it's in my description below. If you're on TikTok, it's in my stand store, my link in my bio. But I personally have experience with and believe robotic affirming is one of the easiest ways to manifest, and listening to audio tracks. Because literally, you're just affirming the same thoughts throughout the day. And if you're constantly thinking the same thoughts, it's eventually going to manifest, right? If you think back on all the times that you have manifested or experienced something good or bad, it manifested because of, oh, well, I kept thinking about this, So it's like, it's not like you have to go set aside a time and do hours upon hours of focused robotic affirming in a dark room with your eyes closed. Like, you could literally affirm at any time of day, and it's such it's the most least effort way to manifest, I think. And it's the most no-brainer way because you're already thinking thoughts. So you might as well be affirming as the version of you who has what they want. Oh, look, we got over 10,000 likes. I might be back on tonight. I don't know. We'll see. I have to do client work after this, though, and I'm going to the gym. I was on last night because I didn't go to the gym. And I actually was going to go out and play pickleball, but I felt really just tired and lazy, so I was like, I'll go on live. Hold on. I'm like, which one should I go for? Okay. When negative things pop up, you just affirm over them. Yeah. Here's the thing too, guys. Remember, a negative thought only matters if you keep dwelling in it. You may have negative thoughts throughout the day. That's fine. You just got to ask yourself, like, am I dwelling in this? Or does this really matter? No. Okay, cancel. Just cancel the thought. Say to yourself, cancel. Goodbye. Like, I randomly have negative thoughts all the time, but I'm not feeding them. I ignore it and I do my affirmations, or I just cancel it and I completely forgot the thought anyway, and I think something else. Right? I think what I actually want to experience. So you just got to be disciplined in doing that and just being aware of what you're telling yourself on a consistent basis. Have you heard of manifestations coming quicker by doing it strategically in groups of 3? I don't know, with male and female energy. I don't know what you mean by with male and female energy. But the reason why I say do it in robotic affirming 3 times per day, like where you're setting aside a time to do it, besides just like catching your thoughts throughout the day, is because you want to do it in the morning, midday, and at nighttime. Because once you do it in the morning, a lot of people like go on with their day, and if they're developing a new habit, they'll kind of forget, and then they'll go back into their old patterns, their old belief systems, right? And they'll start to waver. But if you're setting like reminders on your phone to do it midday, then you're bringing your attention and your focus back to what you're trying to manifest, right? And then you're doing at night before you go to bed. And when you do that, you usually have better dreams as well. So that's why I say I would do it the 3 times a day. Should I affirm for my SPs separately or together? I want a closed poly triad. Whatever works best for you guys, you want to ask yourself, if I were to talk to this situation about my friend, if I had what I wanted, how would I describe them? How would I describe this closed poly triad? And then make the affirmation, because everyone speaks differently. So you could just have one affirmation that kind of covers everything, or you could have 2. So you could literally say like, me and my SPs are in the most perfect poly triad. Just keep it simple. And they love it. Like, they love our poly triad. They love all of us being together. But it obviously helps more if I have more details too. Because there could be beliefs in your self-concept about that kind of relationship too that may be getting in the way of you guys all being together. So then you would want to turn that into an affirmation too, you know? I should do it more often. I do it once a day. Yeah, again, guys, the more you saturate your mind in a new thought, the faster and easier you're going to be able to manifest. Because if you're only doing it once a day, a lot of the time what will happen is people will waver, fall back into their old thought patterns, and they'll slow down the process for themselves. Or they'll eventually be like, screw this, I give up. It's not working. Because they're not saturating their mind enough. You need to be really saturating your mind. Yay, got new people signing up for the Manifest Anything with Robotic Affirming challenge. Can you affirm for SP and for self-concept at the same time? Of course. Yeah, you can manifest multiple things at once. I even created a video on that in my free 3-day mini video series, How to Manifest Anything with Robotic Affirming. Regardless of how you feel, and even if you don't believe in your affirmations. And I have a bonus video of how to do multiple things at once. So it's free right now. It's not going to be free forever. So I would literally join ASAP. It's either in the link in my bio if you're watching from TikTok, or if you're watching from YouTube, hello, it's in the description below. I'm just going to go through my YouTube affirmations. Yeah, you guys can use one affirmation if you want. Oh, could you use more than one affirmation? Yeah, I cover this in the mini challenge too. How many to do and why. So I would do like 2 to 3. But it's a lot better to just get the challenge too, because then I cover everything. And then I do a challenge for you guys so you can get results fast, and then other people are doing the challenge and getting results. So then it's going to build your belief more because you're seeing other people's wins too. Oh, we're at 14K. Let's try to get to 20K likes before I jump off. Please like and share the video. Thank you guys. Okay, let me read my YouTube comments. He was reading my comments for a bit. Boo was. He's like, why are you talking to these screens? Okay. Is there always movement happening behind the scenes, even when not feeling while manifesting, robotic affirming, and things seem going in the opposite way? Yes, there's always movement. Me and Boo have the perfect kitty bubble laser party rave. Okay. Okay, so yes, there is always movement, guys. Even if you don't see movement happening. And since you're the operant power, you're the creator, you want to start affirming to yourself. There is always movement happening in the 3D, and I am seeing evidence of this. Because if you tell yourself that you are seeing evidence, that you are seeing proof of the movement, you will. But if you keep telling yourself there isn't movement, I'm not feeling good, nothing's happening, that's what you're going to experience. So remember, whatever story you dominantly tell yourself on a consistent basis, you will start to see and experience. So yes, there's always movement, and yes, you're always seeing proof. Try that today, guys. I want you to do that affirmation today, just to test it, and you will see results, and you'll be like, holy shit, this is cool. So literally tell yourself, there's always movement happening in my 3D, and I am seeing evidence constantly. Or I am seeing evidence right now. So here's a perfect example of why this is true too. I know probably most of you had ordered something online before, or on Amazon. You order something on Amazon, you don't see them putting the products in the packages at the warehouse, but you know it's going to come, right? I always use this example because it's just so, like, most people can relate to it. You're not seeing them ship the products to you and doing all the back end work behind the scenes, but there's still movement. They're still doing their job. The universe is still going to do its job for you, okay? Its job is to reflect back to you what you're telling it. That's its job. And it always fulfills its job. It's never not going to not work. Law of assumption is never not going to work. It always fulfills its promise, what you tell it, more often than not. So, same thing with Amazon. You know what's going to come. Eventually it does come. But you're not thinking, oh, like, did they really, like, put this product in the package? Like, where did they do it at? You know, why did it take so long? Or you're not thinking about that. You just know it's going to happen. Or you're not like, is this package really going to come though? Like, I don't know. You're not wavering. You just have an assumption and then it happens. Our cats are almost twins. That's a good way to put it, so we understand. Yeah. So I just call it the online shopping analogy or the Amazon analogy. And I actually got that analogy from ChatGPT, guys. ChatGPT is the GOAT. Because I was trying to think of different ways to like explain things to make things more simple for people. And that was one of them. And I was like, oh, that's genius. So shout out ChatGPT. How is this possible that I have manifested only bad things, but nothing good? That's not true. Even small things like a free cup of coffee. You guys cannot sit here and tell me that you have never or hardly ever experienced good things in your life. That's a load of horse shit, okay? The only reason why you believe that, though, is because there's something within your self-concept that either believes that you only experience bad things, that you're an unlucky person, that you're not worthy of your desires or of your life getting better and better and better, or you're not worthy of good things. So you need to change that story. You need to change what you're focused on. This is where the discipline and the consistency and the persistence come in. So start asking yourself better questions. How is it possible that I only ever experience great things in my life? Why am I always experiencing such great things in my life? Why am I so worthy of everything that I desire? So, like, if you guys are ever going to question things, question in the positive, right? If you're ever going to what if yourself in the positive? What if everything goes right? What if I do get what I want? What if everything's actually working out for me? ChatGPT has been my bestie for a few days now. Love that. So you want to look at your self-concept and start changing the stories you're telling yourself. So one thing I would start saying is anything along the lines of you being worthy of a great life, of receiving great things, and that you always manifest what you want and affirm for quickly, easily, and in the most perfect way, and that you only ever manifest the things that you want. You could do those 3 for now and just stick to that. And continue to persist in that for a while. And there was something else that I really want to share, but I can't remember what it was. I don't know, but you could even say things too, like my life is constantly getting better and better and better and better, and there is always evidence that that is true. Okay, let me check. Sorry, I'm getting a lot of messages. Oh, that's what I wanted to say, is start telling yourself that you are a lucky person. It's in your DNA. I'm a lucky person. It's in my DNA. I always experience luck. So let me share with you guys how I developed this belief about myself. And this was before I started manifesting, okay? Before I realized what manifestation was. So years ago, when I was younger, I was a teenager, I worked at a gas station, okay? And these people would come in and they would purchase lottery tickets. And literally, it happened so many times where people would purchase a lottery ticket from me and I would be, their cashier person, and they would win the lottery ticket. So people would be like, I just won $2,000 from this scratch off, or I won $150, or I won this, or I won that. And then just word got around, and then people would just say I'm like a lucky charm. And because of that, I just took on this belief that I am like a luck magnet. I am a lucky charm. When I'm in people's lives, I literally like breed abundance in people's lives and even in my life. Right? Because I'm a lucky charm. I'm just a lucky person. That's who I am. I breed luck. So, and I even shared that story too. Like, I remember on my TikTok a while ago, and then people started picking up on that again. Like, I need you more in my life. So, like, and then I just took that belief on. And so I've always just, since I was a teenager, I just believed that I was lucky. And somehow things would just always literally work out for me in my favor. So sometimes, guys, when someone tells you something about yourself and you like it, run with it. Okay? And if it's in your favor. But if someone is trying to program you with a limiting belief that you don't like, cancel it. Goodbye. See you fucking later, bro. Peace out. Twos. Don't like you. I don't need to take this on. But if it's something that you want to hear, that you want to be real and true for you, then run with it. And I ran with that. And it's served me very well for years. So start telling yourself, I am a lucky charm. Luck is in my DNA. I am a lucky person because that's just who I am. And you know what the crazy thing about that too is years later when I got a human design reading. I don't know if you guys know what human design is. I do like human design, but also at the same time, like if I get like a zodiac reading, numerology reading, I don't allow it to limit me. Okay, I take what I like and I run with it, and then I leave the rest that I don't like. So literally in my numerology reading, in my human design reading, and in my zodiac chart reading, whatever, all of them literally said that I have this like in human design, I had like a gene key or whatever. Gene key and human design are like the same thing. But anyways, the logistics don't matter. But every single one of them said that I have like a component within my design that makes me just a lucky person. And I'm like, that's so funny because, and the only reason that was real and true and reflected back to me is because, again, years ago, I took on the belief that I am just a lucky person. I am a luck magnet. And it literally said, like, all of those readings will say something along the lines of like my life path is to be very wealthy and to use like my spiritual gifts to create abundance in my life and people's lives, and something along the lines of like wherever you go, you literally breed luck and abundance around you. And I'm like, yeah, of course that's true. Duh. Like I took on those beliefs and I've been running with it forever, and now it's being reflected back to me. So, and I really believe that. No, I'm not a manifester. I'm a manifesting generator in human design. But again, like guys, sometimes people will look up their human design, their zodiac, their numerology, and they'll see something in it that they don't like, and then they'll make it mean like, oh, I'm doomed, or oh, this is just who I am. Like, no, don't do that. Take the best, leave the rest. I think we need to learn how to push away the negative and keep affirming our manifestations as if it's already here. Yes. And that also doesn't mean, guys, that you can't like have days where you're just upset or you're angry or you're feeling different things. It's okay to have emotions. It's okay to be upset, especially if, let's say, like, someone passed away in your family. Like, let yourself go through the grieving process. Don't ignore that, of course. But then you just want to still continue to pick yourself up and do the practices that help you continue to persist and build that discipline muscle, right? So you can get what you want. So it's more so a matter of feel your feelings, but just don't dwell in it for very long periods of time and then just stay stuck there. Chat GPT picked my lottery numbers tonight. I like that. Thank you guys for all the likes and the love. We're almost, okay, we're at 16.9 thousand likes. We're almost to 20. That's your energy. Thank you. Hey, Donna. Okay, I'm going through. If you guys are just hopping on, I am on TikTok Live and YouTube Live. If you have questions regarding manifestation, law of assumption, it's what I teach, just drop them below. Here, I'll do this. Why does this look, doesn't that look crooked? I don't know what it is. Whatever. What do you notice how you feel before a manifestation comes in? I literally, like, you'll hear this too with a lot of people. I'll literally just feel very, like, present. Like, present in my reality, what's going on in my life. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling just, like, not just present, but at peace. You know, and it's kind of like a natural unfolding that happens. You naturally just start feeling more and more peaceful, more calm, like, wow, like my life is going really good. Everything always is working out for me. But also, guys, there are some people who manifest through different emotions, right? Like anger or are sad and manifest what they want. Like, you can manifest literally anything based upon, like, or you can manifest anything regardless of how you feel, but, and at the same time, like, there's usually like this just aura of peace. It's just peace, you know? Like, wow, like, life is really good. Like, I am really happy. Everything is going my way. Like, life is good. And you just feel more calm. So that's the best way I could describe it. And less attached. Like, even if, like, let's say you've been manifesting your SP, it's almost like, oh, yeah. Like, I knew they would text me. I knew they would call me to plan a date and make amends and want to get back together. Like, of course they did. And you're not, like, freaking out over, oh my God, this is, like, finally happening, blah, blah, blah. Well, you can react that way. There's no wrong way to react. But it's usually more like, oh, yeah, like, duh. I knew this was going to happen. Of course they did. So I think it's going to be a little different for everybody, though. The last few days, I've been feeling like things are changing. Yep. You also been committing to persisting. So again, guys, the second that you commit to, I'm going to get this thing no matter what, you feel different. You're like, yep, I'm locked in. Like Alexander just said, yes, I'm locked in. It's just going to happen. You start feeling more confident. You start feeling better. You just start feeling different. There's not really, like, I think that's like one of the best ways to describe it. Thank you. I appreciate it. So, like, think of it this way. Is there something that you guys have manifested before and like you just knew like it was going to happen and it's very normal for you to experience now, but there had been a time in your life where it wasn't normal for you, but it just feels normal and natural? Like, that's how it feels when your manifestation happens. Like for me, for example, when I manifested like being full-time in my business, I started my business 2019. I went full-time in like less than, it was like between 5 and 6 months. It was so long ago. So, and I started traveling within 12 months for 2 years as a digital nomad and had my online business. And this is when I was doing more like the spiritual healing, esoteric type of coaching and stuff. And I was also doing like business coaching because my business had pivoted many times because I kind of had to see what I wanted. But once that became normal for me, it was just like, yeah, this is my life. And then when I would tell people, when I would meet people, they're just like, you just Airbnb hop and live wherever you want and like do whatever you want. Like, that's the dream. And I didn't realize like that's not really normal for a lot of people. A lot of people are still working 9 to 5s or doing things that they don't enjoy. And so I would always get those little reminders of, wow, like I am really living a dream that a lot of people want to experience, but it's so normal to me that it just didn't really register sometimes. So you'll start to feel more and more normal. Like, oh yeah, this is just my life. Robotic affirmation is literally the best way to manifest quickly. Yes. I think so too. And listening to audio, which I'm going to do after this. Listen to my self-talk rampages that I have. I think I'm going to listen to my money one. I always love listening to my money one because any time I listen to my money one, I always make more money and I get new clients every single time without fail. It's amazing. So if you guys are not aware of it, like I have affirmation, or I have audio track bundles that come with a sleep track, a affirmation sleep track, and then a self-talk rampage that you listen to once a day. Well, the sleep track you listen to at night, and then you can listen to the self-talk rampage as many times as you want, but I suggest at least 10 to 15 minutes. But my most like popular ones are the Manifest Commitment and Princess Treatment with your SP, and then my Money Making Machine one are most popular. And I'm obsessed because you get results very quickly. Because the rampage is it's just different. Like, you're not just affirming, but you're going on and on and on and on about why this is your reality now. And it makes you just even feel really freaking good. If you do like using feeling to manifest, I mean, you don't necessarily need that, but it just starts to feel more and more real and true for you. So I always get really fast results from listening to those. Alexandra, I have a feeling you're going to have a wild weekend. I love that. Wild in the best way. Do you believe in energy purges? No. I have so much anxiety and not sure why. You have anxiety probably because of your thoughts. Actually, it's like 99.9% because of your thoughts. So that's why you just need to stick to your affirmations. Right? And you're wavering between, I have this thing, I don't have this thing. When is it going to happen? You're thinking about the old story. Guys, let's get to 20,000 likes. We're almost at 20,000 likes, like this close. Please. So no, I don't believe in energy purges because again, like I was sharing this earlier, you do not need to go through purges. You don't need to go through obstacles. You don't need to make all these sacrifices. You don't need to go through struggle and trauma and bullshit before you get your desire. Like, we've been so programmed that way in society, but it's just programming. You know what I mean? So you can program yourself however you want. So if you start believing that my life gets better and better and better and better, and I always only manifest what I want, then that's what you'll experience. So then that eliminates the purges, the struggles, the issues, and all of that. Yes. Thank you for liking the live. Please like and share the live. We got up to 6 shares today, guys. That's amazing. Thank you. I think we're going to hit a goal today, too. We're almost to 20,000. Okay, I have a question. Thank you so much for liking the live. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, we're at 7 shares. You guys are amazing. Thank you. Then I can help more people, too. Okay, guys, also, I have a question for you both. I'm on YouTube and TikTok. If I were to make more EFT tapping videos, what would you want me to make an EFT tapping video about? Now, the first one that I made just recently, it's going to be posted soon, is eliminating doubt so you can manifest your desire, or eliminating any and all doubts between you and your desire so we can help you speed up the process. So let me know in the comments, what EFT tapping video would you like? I think that's a great one because you can always go back to it. What do you think of putting a deadline for manifestation? Yeah, you can totally do that. I think there's a couple things here with deadlines with manifestation, okay? Is number one, if you have a lot of resistance around manifesting something and you've never done it before and you've never manifested on a deadline, and that gives you a lot of anxiety and it creates a lot of pressure, I wouldn't necessarily do a deadline. You could just focus on affirming, I manifested X, Y, and Z in the most perfect, fast, and easy way. Regardless, guys, I tell you to use that affirmation no matter what. That should be a foundational affirmation. I always manifest what I want in the most perfect, fast, and easy way. Because that insinuates that you manifest everything fast anyways, so it'll happen that way. But if you want, and you want to challenge yourself, and you're really going to be like, okay, I'm committed to this manifesting on a deadline, and I am going to persist no matter freaking what. No matter what is going on in the 3D, no matter if I have doubt or fear or whatever, I'm going to manifest this thing. Then just decide what the deadline is and start affirming, I manifested XYZ on this date. And include that affirmation that I just gave you. I manifest everything that I want and affirm for in the most perfect, fast, and easy way. Okay, so you guys said you want EFT tapping videos on clearing resistance, eliminating fears. Yeah, so the video that I'm sharing with you guys in the next, soon here, that the eliminating fear and doubt, that's the one. So, feeling worthy. Okay, let me look at the comments here. What is the best way to ignore the 3D? Telling myself that my SP is in the bed next to me or is at home after my workday makes it more difficult for me to manifest and ignoring the 3D. So then what I want you to do is just decide what is the best affirmation for me to start affirming, or the best top 3 affirmations for me to start affirming, and stick to that and start persisting in that. And if it's hard for you to see this new reality, I do have meditations on my YouTube. So I would take what you're affirming, and then after that, do my very simple and short meditations. They're only 7 to 10 minutes long. and start visualizing your new reality with your SP. And those combined are naturally going to start making you feel better and seeing this as a new reality. Otherwise, if you don't want to do the meditation, honestly, I would literally run to get my bundle, the Manifest Commitment and Princess Treatment with your SP. It comes with the affirmation sleep track that you're listening to. You should always listen to that no matter what, a sleep track. And then you're listening to the self-talk Rampage, because again, it's rampaging on about why this is true, why you're in the most perfect, loving, committed, loyal relationship, and how your SP is always giving you princess treatment and taking you to the most luxury, nice places, how you're the best and only option, blah, 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 blah. So they're really good. I have examples of my Rampages too, guys. If you just look on my YouTube or TikTok, there's a playlist that says Rampages. So you can get an idea of like kind of what they're like. But that's my most popular one. And then my money one's popular. Then my manifesting your dream body is. And then business and social media success. We're almost to 20K. We're at 17.9K likes. How do I manifest getting back into a friendship again? Start affirming that. Start affirming that you have the most loving, supportive friends. That you have the most dreamy friendships, or however you speak, right? You want to turn that into an affirmation. I have the best friends ever. I have the best of friends. My friends are so supportive. We're so loving and understanding of each other. We always feel seen and heard. So whatever you want to experience within these new friendships, start affirming that. Guys, I even started affirming that my friends are into law of assumption, or more specifically, I started affirming that my best friend, I have a best friend that is into law of assumption and manifestation, and she also, works on herself and does these things. And I shit you not, my best friend since I was like 11 years old was never spiritual, wasn't like a church goer, like didn't really ever do any of those things. And she just started getting into personal development, reading self-help books. She's doing manifestation practices, learning more about law of assumption. She's doing all these things now because I started just affirming that, right? So you can even change that with a specific friend, a specific person, just like I did. So you guys can literally manifest anything. It could be specific people. It could be a new friendship. No, I meant getting back into one specific friendship. Yeah, that's what I said. So it doesn't matter if it's one specific person or if it's a new person you've never met. Like I said, the friend that I did this with, I've known her since I was 11. So you guys can literally, people will conform to you based upon, people will conform to the version of them that you are selecting, right? If you keep telling yourself, this is how this person is, this is how they think of me, this is how they feel of me, this is how they show up in my reality, then that's how they're going to show up. So you could start, I don't know what happened between you and your friendship, but take what you don't want to experience, like what you're experiencing right now, and just form the opposite affirmation. Right? Maybe you had like a petty argument or something. Or maybe they got really defensive and then they don't want to talk to you anymore. You could start literally affirming to yourself, my friend, I would just say friends in general too, because that insinuates that this happens with all of your friends. Like all of my friends are loving and supportive. We all trust each other. It was over a betrayal. Yeah, so all of my friends and I trust each other. We are trustworthy individuals. We always respect each other. I always feel respected and loved and supported by my friends. I would take that one for sure and run with it. I always feel supported, loved, and respected by my friends. My friends are always loyal to me. They're always honest with me. I love how healthy my relationship with my friends are. You can even affirm, like, I've always experienced healthy, loving, loyal relationships, which insinuates friendships, love, relationships, parental relationships. That insinuates all your relationships. So I would take one affirmation, it's an umbrella affirmation that kind of covers everything, and then create 2 affirmations that are more specific to this person. You can even use their name in the affirmation. Excuse me. Like, let's say her name is Sarah, right? You can literally say, Sarah is one of the most loyal, loving friends I've ever had. Sarah is always loyal and honest to me. And she always will be because she values and respects me. Sarah is always respectful and loyal to me. She always has been. When you guys use I always statements, you're also healing and revising the past too, right? And then you're healing everything from the past up until present, future, everything. What if I betrayed the friend? That was probably something within your self-concept then. Like, maybe, like, if things are really good in your life, maybe you believe good things don't last, so you self-sabotaged, right? Maybe there was a part of you that believed you weren't worthy of a good friend or of a friendship in general. So what you can start saying to yourself is, working on your self-concept, but also, doing beliefs again, like I had mentioned, but also things like, I am a trustworthy person. My friends always feel respected and valued by me. Or things for your self-concept is, I trust myself, right? I trust myself. I love myself. I am worthy of love. I am worthy of healthy relationships. I have always been worthy of healthy, loving, loyal relationships, which also insinuates a friendship too, or any type of relationship. So if you feel like you betrayed a friend, then you just have to flip that, right? And you have to forgive yourself. And you can use the Ho'oponopono prayer too, like I've shared with you guys, to not only forgive yourself, but forgive the relationship and that person. So then it will release any resentment, grudges, things like that. Let me know if that landed. Another big one too is believing that when people come into my life, they're here to stay, right? Because that, if you feel like you had betrayed a friend or something happened where the friendship ended, it could be derived from the belief that people come, but they never stay. So that, like, fear belief around abandonment, because maybe you had a parent that was very inconsistent. You didn't experience a lot of healthy love growing up. So it was not normal for you, right? So you change that through changing the stories that you tell yourself. So you can even ask yourself too, like, why do I feel like I betrayed this person? What belief about me do I have that made me do this? Or what was I feeling? Maybe I wasn't feeling heard, maybe I wasn't feeling seen, or whatever that belief is, and then just change it into the positive and start affirming. Oh, another one too is, no matter what I do, the people in my life love me and forgive me unconditionally. Love me unconditionally and forgive me. But also I would do the other ones too, because you still would want to, like, you still would want to create a good self-concept, right? Where you feel like you can trust yourself and that wouldn't happen again. So I just need another 1,000 taps. Start tapping, everyone. So pretty. Thank you. Thank you. I betrayed and told him about it. Now we don't talk anymore, and I'm planning on reaching out soon. Yeah, so what I would do is start doing the affirming and the practices I suggested, and then act from that place, right? Because sometimes you guys, if you're taking action from the fearful, anxious, afraid self, you're more likely going to only experience that same reality over and over and over again. You're not going to get the results that you want because you're acting from that anxious, fearful place. But if you're acting from the secure, self-sourced, I'm feeling confident about this, I know things are going to work out really well, no matter what, because everything always goes in my favor, that is going to produce a way different result because you're also going to respond different too, depending on how they respond as well. So it's better to act from this place of like, after you've kind of done some more of the internal work, right? The affirming and whatnot, and then act. And then doing the whole Ho'oponopono prayer would be really good just for forgiving yourself, not being so hard on yourself. And knowing that, okay, yeah, I made a mistake, but I forgive myself and I learn from this and I will choose different next time. I'm just reading comments now on my TikTok. I have a real question though. It wasn't a comment. Is robotic affirmations like saying it out loud physically or like a mental voice loop? Both. Again, guys, affirmations are just thoughts, and robotic affirmations is in the phrase. So you're just robotically saying the same affirmation over and over and over. And it doesn't matter if you say it in your head or out loud. It can help to say it out loud if you find yourself losing focus if you say it in your head. So if you're going to be doing the sessions, right, where you're setting aside a time to do the robotic affirming, I would do it out loud. But if you're like in a place where, throughout the day when you're catching your negative thoughts and changing them, you can just do it in your head. All right. Oh, we're at 20,000 likes. Let's go. I was just going to say, I'm going to hop off now. We've been on here almost 3 hours. That's awesome. YouTube says 2 hours and 38 minutes. I think that's a record now. Okay. I'll be back on live either this weekend or next week. I'm going to be coaching people on here, but I also want to bring people who have had success stories. I did ask some people. I know some people don't feel comfortable going on live and sharing success stories, especially if it's certain things that they don't want other people to see. So we'll see. If not, that may be a little bit more in the future, but I will be doing coaching at least. Yeah, so it's like I have a ton of success stories, guys, like on comments, on YouTube, on Instagram, on TikTok, in my DMs, in my email. They're just like everywhere. So I need to just like compile a list, which I will do. And I'll share them. So I just need to do it. Okay. All right, guys. Well, I love you. I'll be back. And if you're watching this too and you have a success story and you want to share it and you want to get on live to inspire other people, I know, Alexandra, you do have one as well for, I think, the career one too. So if you want to share it, you don't have to. If you guys want to, let me know. Yes, Alexandra said yes. She wants to share her success story. That'd be awesome. Okay. Well, we can plan that. All right, guys. Love you. See you later. Again, I'm live Monday through Friday on TikTok. I'm going to start doing YouTube. Sometimes I'll go on weekends. I might end up here on the weekend, so we'll see. Okay. Bye. Okay, now I just got to figure out. Oh, there it goes. Bye, guys.